So let's just talk about another pivotal moment, and we spoke about this earlier, in terms of it's 2001, it's 9/11, economic downturn. You've got 6 officers, 160 staff. That hits you quite hard, I would imagine.
Totally. I mean, I think 9/11 was already, the writing was on the wall way before that. I mean, you mentioned it. The US were in a huge downturn. It was starting to slide down. The bubble had burst. People had woke up to the fact that these kind of startup internets weren't worth what they were being sold for, and then that was kind of like all of a sudden, pop. And then 9/11. So literally those 3 things in a row, and the phones just stopped ringing after September of that year. And so then I think we knew, and I think there was definitely, again, me and Si and a couple of others sat down, and Si in particular, I do remember, to his credit, said, look, this shit ain't going away. If you think this is going to get back on its feet in 3 months, you're joking, because it's not. It's going to take at least 18 months, maybe 2 years. And people are like, no, this is America, this is New York, it'll get back on its feet. And he said, no, rubbish. We need to shed some people, otherwise we're not going to be here. And so we did within September the 11th, September the 13th, we were firing people. And It was that quick, because I think we kind of knew in our hearts that it wasn't going to bounce back as very quickly. And at that time, we had kind of digital internet kids who were straight out of college on 6 figures. And we had to pay 6 figures for these young guys and girls because the agencies were paying 6 figures, and there was more demand than supply. So in order to keep up with them, we had to pay that. But then as an overhead, there's no way we could have afforded it. So we just literally started making huge apologies and saying, look, sorry, there's nothing we can do. And we got a lot of bad press really at the time, and there's people kind of left with, fairly kind of sour taste in the mouth. But we did it in the right way, we did it professionally. But I do think that a lot of companies that were around that didn't react very quickly, some of them are sadly no longer around. Because I think a lot of people did think, we're proud, we don't want to let anybody go, kind of that'll be the bad word on the street, and we can pull through this, or a mixture of all that. I think it was a bit of a blessing in disguise in a way. That 2001 was definitely a blessing in disguise for us, because I think after that we started to get real.
So how much did you downsize?
We probably went from like 160 down to 45.